Hello and good morning everyone, and especially to our instructor, Sir Maruf. Sir, good morning. For today's video, we're gonna discuss about the 5 important elements of the disaster preparedness. But before that, we would like to introduce ourselves. First, my name is Willard Hayag.
My name is Hagar Abad, the second reporter.
My name is Alinor Emas Wood Jr., the last reporter.
We
We are
are
the
the
Group
Group
3.
3.
So, this is our topic, the 5 important elements of disaster preparedness. Number 1, prevention. Number 2, mitigation. Number 3, preparedness. 4 and 5, response and recovery. This is the first topic, prevention. Prevention efforts and coordinate response to disaster save lives and lessen their impact on communities. Professionals in disaster management play a crucial role in preventing suffering, protecting people's livelihoods, and helping communities recover. For me, prevention is to analyze the hazard, exposure, and ways to identify the problems that we can give a solution to help and prevent the serious damage. Prevention is to identify the specific hazard area and also to analyze how people expose their business, agricultures, and infrastructure. So in this analysis, we can prevent the serious damage. For example of infrastructures, hotels, and houses, we can construct with strongest materials to make resistant on the disaster coming. To our community, we can work together, plant more trees, build the strongest wall to protect our farmland, infrastructure from the heavy rain, and also we can clean our drainage system to prevent the flooding. Prevention and mitigation efforts aim to reduce the potential damage and suffering that disaster can cause. While disaster management cannot prevent disaster, it can prevent them from becoming confounded as a result of neglecting causal factors and manageable risks. Mitigation specifically refers to the action taken that can lessen the severity of a disaster impact. Investing in measures that limit hazards can greatly reduce the burden of disaster. Strategies that disaster management professionals implement to protect vulnerable communities and limit hazards include the following. First, raising awareness about potential hazards and how to address them. Second, educating the public about how to properly prepare for different types of disaster. And last, installing the strengthening prediction and warning system. Always remember, prevention is better than cure.
Mitigation. It is defined as sustained action that reduces or eliminates long-term risk to people and property from natural hazards and their effects. So this mitigation ay ang pagbibigay ng action o ng pagsasagawa ng mga paraan upang mabawasan ang mga sanhi na nagpapalala sa isang sitwasyon na maaring makaapekto sa atin kapag nagkaroon ng disaster. Halimbawa nito ay ang pagko-construct ng mga flood defenses, especially sa mga nakatira sa isang prone area o ng mga delikadong lugar na madaling magkaroon ng disaster. Like constructing levees on permanent barriers to control flooding, digging water channels to redirect water, planting trees to stabilize slopes, and planting vegetation na nakakatulong maka-absorb ng water. So this mitigation aims to minimize the loss of human life that would result from a disaster. Both structural and non-structural may be taken. So this structural measure means changing the physical characteristic of a building or an environment to curb the effects of a disaster. So halimbawa nito ay ang pagtatanim ng mga punong kahoy. Kapag nagkaroon ng thunderstorm, ay imbes na sa mga pamamahay o nang sa buildings tumama yung thunderstorm, ay mapupunta sa mga punong kahoy. And non-structural, So this non-structural measure involve adapting or amending building codes to optimize safety for all future building constructions. Preparedness consists of a set of measures undertaken by governments, organizations, communities, or individuals to better respond and cope with the immediate aftermath of a disaster, whether it be human-made or caused by natural hazards. So this preparedness is well-coordinated responses to disaster require prior planning. This helps ensure fast, effective response efforts and limits duplicate efforts. So, halimbawa ng mga plans sa paghahanda ay ang pag-organize o pag-i-improve ng disaster readiness like emergency shelter sites, evacuation routes, emergency energy and water sources. Improve practice and response mechanisms, save lives and strengthen the country's and communities' ability to reduce the impact of a disaster. Like for example, if you are building a school, you might do an assessment of earthquake, tsunami, storm, flood, and fire risk to find ways to avoid and reduce these risks. The objective is to reduce loss of life and livelihoods. So, ang pinaka-main objective talaga nitong preparedness ay upang maiwasan o mabawasan ng mga panganib na maaring ikamatay o ikapahamak ng isang tao ng pamilya. Kailangan natin maging handa palagi, makinig sa mga emergency broadcast at alamin ng mga warning signal sa inyong area. Maghanda na rin ng mga medical kit, ng flashlight, o ng kung ano pa man na alam mong kakailanganin mo sa panahon ng disaster o ng emergency.